Alright, next group of bottles. Spool ink. That one has no embossing. Then a Sanford ink. I thought that was a screw cap, but it's actually a cork top. Then got this here. HK Brown's Aromatic Essence Jamaican Ginger. Burlington, Vermont. Does have a little chip, but oh well. Kemp's Balsam. Modjeska Derma Balm. That's the ball from the Larkin Soap Company. And this is a nice little druggist that's embossed. Dr. J.P. Geppert, 94 West 9th, Cincinnati. Does have that crack somewhere, but yeah, there it is. But it's the only one I found, so you know, it might be decent. DeWitt's Cholera Cure. The melons that came pretty clean. I was untumbled clean, but clean for being dug and just rinsed out with no brushing. And got a Heinz here. I'm going to go over this one after I do these flasks here. Got a lot of pumpkin seeds. And most of these are the ones the one guy left behind. I really don't find that many of them whole and in good shape, but he sure did in that dump. This one's the regular size, and these two back here are large. Then we got this, and it has a chip. It's a ketchup. That's an older one. Cork top. Then got this flask here. This flask. Then these are all flask too. South Carolina dispensary type. And 2 pumpkin seeds. Now back to this one. I found quite a lot of these W.M. Spencer & Son bottles from Cincinnati. And here, most of them are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 2 is 16. And 17, 18. Which would make this one 19. And then I have more buckets of bottles. So there could be even more in them. I'll have to check. Okay, here's an extra. Got Foley's Honey and Tar. And these two are the same thing. Here's how they look in the front. Here's the back. Those are Dr. D. James bottles. And these two are also the same. Burkhardt Black Ant Oil from Baltimore. And these two are also the same. This is Winslow's. I got Sounders here. And 2 of these flasks. That base pattern. Dr. King's. First time digging this one. the Alonzo O. Bliss Company, Washington, Kansas City, Chicago, and San Francisco. Looks like an extract bottle, but it's aqua. It's also my first time digging a complete one of these. This is an Allen's Lung Balsam. For some reason, I didn't see this front embossing here when I dug it in my video. Then I got two of these flasks here. And here's that liquid veneer bottle. I'm going to have to look that up and find out what that is. Here's a condiment. No name. Has that symbol on it. I can't remember what that is, but I see that on beers all the time. A couple cork top ketchups. I don't think they have any name on them. Dr. Miles Restorative Nervine. Slick Druggist and aqua instead of clear. The Chas Fampt Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. First time I've dug this shoe polish, because I think that's what it is. And then a really unusual small master ink with a pour spout. That's a unique one there. Okay, last row. Cheryl Cola from Dayton, Ohio. And this came out this clean just by shaking it out with water. But to be fair though, the dump I dug it at was a canal dump, and that dump has a lot of pebbles and pea gravel in it because it's an old canal bed, so I think that pea gravel helped get all the dirt out. Anyway, next is this Snyder from Cincinnati. Then these are all flasks. None of them have anything written on them. Just some Slick flask, pumpkin seed Slick, another Slick, 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 Slick. That one here I think's a druggist instead. I mean, it could be a flask, but I don't know. And then we have this one here, the Dr. Franklin Miles Association. That's an Elkhart, Indiana bottle. So that wraps up that group of bottles, other than them Spencer bottles, because I didn't feel like pulling every single one of them out because they all look the same. I'll go ahead and go into detail about what the deal was with that incident at the dump that I dug these two out. It didn't happen the day I dug these, but when I encounter the police, it's usually because some nosy person called them on me, or someone that freaked out because they saw me digging a hole. But it's never been the property owner. With that being said, usually what happens is the police show up and then they just ask what I'm doing. And at first they're kind of freaked out because they've never heard of this hobby. But after they find out, they usually just go on their way. But there are some police officers who get on a power trip when they find out that you're not doing anything wrong. In my case, I don't have anything illegal on me, so what they'll try to do is say I'm trespassing when there's no posted signs anywhere, and you'd have to actually do research and look up where the property lines are. So anyway, I got my permission for the day. Parked on the property owner's property. Of course, she isn't exactly sure where the lines are on her property, but there is a big valley at the end of her yard. I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's decent sized. So anyway, I start digging near the top of it. It's behind someone else's house, but they had a fence in their yard. Was not exactly sure where the property lines were, because people often put fences up where their property lines are, but that's not always the case, because some people just put up smaller fences to let their dogs run around or something like that. So I wasn't exactly sure if I was good digging outside of the fence or not, because I didn't know if their property extended down the valley or not. So I was just kind of sitting low, taking a break on my phone, and I thought I heard something, and there was some cop there, and he asked what I was doing and all that, and I gave him ID and all that. And so when he found out I was just digging bottles, that's when he decided to bring up the property and trespassing crap. So after I admitted that I didn't know where the lines were, he said that I was digging on someone else's property. And then the property owner who gave me permission happened to come out, and she wasn't sure where the lines were, but this officer was intent on trying to charge me for trespassing if I was even an inch off her property. So she just said that's where the lines were, where I was, so I was good, which I don't know. I could tell by the way she talked, she didn't know, but I don't know if the officers could tell or not, but they changed their tune really fast and just started acting normal then. But how are you going to accuse someone of trespassing when you don't even know where the lines are yourself? Because when I asked the one officer where the property lines were and whose property I was on, they couldn't even answer me, or at least the one I was talking to anyway. So it just seemed that they were going a bit overboard to me, or at least the one that I was talking to anyway. It's perfectly normal for them to ask what I was doing and all that, since someone called them there, but you shouldn't be accusing people of trespassing on someone's property when you don't even know where the lines are yourself, because it wasn't like the owner of the property called on me. So I don't feel that it was necessary to bring up the whole trespassing thing and worrying about property lines, especially when they don't even know where the property lines are themselves. I'm not even sure how the laws work really. I think it might vary from state to state. I heard for Ohio that if it's posted, then you're getting in trouble, or if the property owner already told you not to trespass, you're in trouble. But if it's not posted, then you're getting a warning then, and after that you get in trouble. So it's not my job to do a bunch of research and find out who owns what. If there's a mowed lawn behind a fence, then, well, that's obviously someone's private property. But if it's some random area in the middle of the woods somewhere, then it's the property owner's job to mark it if they don't want trespassers there. Not mine to do a bunch of research. I'm busy doing research projects in school anyway. Not going to spend my days off doing a bunch of research crap to find out who owns what. If someone doesn't want people on their property, then just put up signs. It's that simple. I know some people are going to get all mad about that. I made some posts in a group once. While most people agreed with me, there were a few crybabies crying in the comments, being like, oh, well, you're stealing from other people, preventing them from getting a permission. One of them posted a dumb straw man argument in the comments. That person was trying to compare those who don't do a crap ton of research and find where the property lines are and get permission from the property owner before digging in a random place in the woods with no trespassing signs in sight, to someone who kicks in your door and breaks and enters into your house or apartment. But yeah, I don't know about laws in Indiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia, because those are the other 3 states I've dug out, but I've only dug in West Virginia one time. So as much as I hate research, I'm going to have to do some research on that stuff. But if I could tell it's privately owned property, then I do try to get permission. Or if some other digger says it's okay to dig there, and that he's been digging there for a while with no issues, and well, I might as well dig myself. So yeah, good thing the property owner was there, so I didn't have to go through any more crap with that. But that's part of digging, I guess. I dig dumps to avoid dealing with getting permission because it's a pain. And when you get permission, there's more pressure on you to make sure the area looks extra nice so the property owner's happy with you. But if you're dumping some random place in the middle of the woods, then there isn't as much pressure, just as long as you fill the holes in where no one's going to fall in and get hurt or something like that. But I guess that's all.